I'm pretty sure that we all get discouraged sometimes in our lives, and we just don't want to keep trying to do whatever we need to do. And but we end up thinking, well, right now it's going to be hard, but in the future, if we keep trying, then we're going to be able to have a good life. Well, I think this relates to Osler's quote, and it says that the best preparation for tomorrow is to do today's work superbly well. And I totally agree with him, because I think that right now it might be hard, but it's going to be really good in the future. And we'll be successful in the future if we try really hard today. And I think this relates to 3 topics. I think it has to do with health, with children, and to be economically successful in the future. I'm going to start with health. I think that if we eat healthy today and we take care of our health, then we're going to be healthy in the future. If we, like for example, heart disease or cholesterol. If we eat good healthy food and cholesterol low food, and we exercise and we watch what we eat, then we're going to be healthy in the future. Our heart, we're not going to have that many health problems as we grow older. I mean, we all see those really old people that go jogging and they do exercise and they're like super healthy, and you're like, how did they do it? Well, they took care of themselves since they were younger. They exercised, they ate well, they watched what they ate. So, yeah. And our second one is children. I think, like, I have a daughter, so I think that if I put time and effort into teaching her right now to be like her ABCs or her names or her hands, whichever, then she's going to be successful in the future. If I'm responsible and I teach her responsibility since she's young, then she's going to be responsible when she grows up. And it has to do with teaching her right now, and it might be hard to, it's hard to take care of a baby right now, but it's all going to pay off in the future, because she's going to be responsible, and she's going to be smart, and she's going to make me a proud parent. And also economically successful. Let's say right now school is hard, waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning, having to do all-nighters for a test, and not having time to go out that much, or not have, like all those headaches that we have as students. They're all going to pay off once we get our career, and we're going to have a good career, we're going to be successful, we're not going to have to be worrying about, we are going to keep having to wake up in the morning and go to work, but we're going to do something that we like, and we're going to be able to not care about, maybe not care about money or not care about anything like that, and it's going to be hard. It's hard right now, but it's going to pay off eventually. And I agree with Osler's quote that says the best preparation for tomorrow is to do today's work super really well. And I already said examples for health. Take care of your health right now, and you'll be healthy later. Your body will pay off eventually. If you're a good parent to your children since they're small, then they're going to be good children in the future. And if we're good students right now, then we're going to be successful in life in general. So, I agree with Osler. So if you guys get discouraged, just think about the future, and that way it will give you encouragement to keep on going.
That was awesome. That was really good.
Thank you.
Like structurally and how the school related to everything.
All right, Stephanie, the introduction sounded a little circular to me, but there was a nice transition to the quote, and you do have a very solid point of view. The main points are labeled, maybe a little perfunctory. On the content, I thought you had pretty good examples to illustrate your point. You used personal experiences, and that gives you a little bit easier ability to talk about what you're discussing. I will point out, though, on the presentation, I could not tell in your preview and the first time you got to that first point what word it was you were saying. It wasn't until you were halfway into that first point that I figured out exactly what it was you were saying. I think your enunciation, articulation on that was a little awkward. I might be the only person who had that situation. Remember, I'm old, so I listen to things a little bit differently. But it sounded like kind of like you were swallowing the words. I didn't notice it outside of that one place. I think you need a little bit more volume in your introduction to gain some control and confidence in the speaking situation. Your arms are kind of waving funny in the introduction. Later on, you have a few good gestures. Sometimes it looks like there might be a little bit nervousness in your hands. Your facial expressions, though, you look very animated and involved while you were speaking. I thought that that was solid. You look around the audience consistently. It's pretty well distributed. I thought that your posture was quite confident. You stood your ground. And even though you're not moving around a lot, it didn't look like it was because you were nervous. It looked like because you were certain about what you were going to be saying. The only anxiety issues that I saw in most of the speech, like I said, were in your hands. I thought you had a good summary at the end of the speech, and you made your point again pretty clearly. All right, thank you.